welcome back to the channel. So, I'm trying to cut this vocal real quick. I thought I would just, capture it on camera. I don't know if I'll get a take or not, but I'll at least show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to show you all the settings, everything I'm doing with the mic, but let's just see if I can get one real quick.
1 week, 3 days, 4 hours. I'm beginning to sense a great divide. That night, next day, lost hours. I'm starting to feel the other side. It's your own mind, and even though you wanna see it, that's so fine. And even though you kinda fear it, it's alright, it's alright. We know them so much better. This time, that day, this hour, I'm begging to see the other kind. Last night, blown sleep, few hours. I'm dying to see the friends we had. It's your ghost town, and even though you wanna see it, that's so fine. And even though you kinda fear them, it's alright, it's alright. We know them so much better. We know there's someone out there, some psychic vagabond. We know there's something out there, can't be the only ones. It's your own mind, and even though you wanna see it, that's so fine. And even though you kinda fear it, it's alright, it's alright. We know them so much better. We know them. We know them. We know them. We know them.
Alright, I don't know if I'll use it because I'll go back and listen to bits and pieces and might fix those. I'll show that if I do, but that could be a take or some of a take. Alright. Okay, so I think I'm going to at least sing the first section over. So I'm going to just try that really quickly and see if it blends with the second section.
1 week, 3 days, 4 hours. I'm beginning to sense a great divide. That night, next day, lost hours. I'm starting to feel the other side.
Let's just see what happens if I blend it in with the chorus now. I'm going to just check. So I like those choruses. Let me see. Or the pre-chorus. Let me see what this...
1 week, 3 days, 4 hours. I'm beginning to sense.
That one went weird.
1 week, 3 days, 4 hours. I'm beginning to sense a great divide.
I don't know if that was any good or not.
1 week, 3 days, 4 hours. I'm beginning to sense a great divide. that night, next day, lost hours. I'm starting to feel the other side. So let's see what we have here with that. We know them. We know them. We know them. I'm going to go ahead and put that. It's sounding good. I'm pretty hard on myself with vocals. I hate listening to my own voice, as everyone does. But I'm getting kind of stoked because this isn't terrible. Okay, I'm going to put those "You know them" on there. And I'll probably do some other extra vocal stuff as as I listen. We know them. We know them. We know them. We know them. We'll just listen to playback, or I'll listen to playback really quickly and just make sure it's not too stupid. Now what I'm going to do is go home and just live with it, overnight, and there'll probably be a few parts that I'll add in. So now I'm going to bring the camera in and show you what I did on the Zoom as far as the setup goes, and I'll show you the actual, the mic pre and the mic and all that. Man, I hope this works. That was kind of easy-ish. Usually I beat my head against the wall a few more times when it comes to vocals. Everything's just falling into place on this track. Thanks. Hello friends, I'm here at the Zoom. I'm in a good mood because my vocal kind of worked. Even if it sucked, it felt good doing it. Alright, so here's what I did. I've got input 1 armed, high Z is off. We don't need that. We're not plugging in an instrument, we're plugging in microphone line level. Okay, I got this at 100 and it's armed. This is where this one has the big vocal, the main vocal. I swapped it. I guess I could swap it back and show you that. So I'm going to swap this for this. Hit yes. Okay, and then this is the one that I just recorded. I'll disarm that. This is the one that the original vocal, so that, it'd be armed. So let's just arm it. And then we'll go to effect, and I did my old reliable big shape. I use this on my snare drum. And here, let's turn it off so I can show you from the beginning. Here's the insert effects. I'm going to turn the wheel so it turns it on, and it reveals the algorithm dual mic. Then I go down to patch number 26. It's called Big Shape, and it's just, it says Big Shape, one word smashed together. And I've got the input screen. I've got it on input 1 and 2, and that's important because you don't want to run it as a master or have it sitting somewhere else. Like you could have it on 4 and 5 or 8 and 7 and 8 or whatever, and then you would think it was affecting this, but it would be doing nothing because these aren't armed or recording, and this one wouldn't have an effect on it. So make sure you find this input 1 and 2 screen, because see, it goes 3 and 4, 5 and 6, so on and so forth. So I've got it on 1 and 2 because that's where I am. And you could, use any of these to plug this in. I just do it here because whenever the unit is empty and I'm recording one thing, I almost always just go to input 1. Who knows why? Out of habit. Okay, so that, and I didn't do any adjusting. Here's the compressor settings, the little mic presettings, the 3-band EQ settings. All of that could be adjusted. I don't bother with it because they do such a great job of making things sound good. Friend of the channel, Grant Bushnell, I hope I'm getting the name right, Grant, I'm so sorry, but he pointed out how you can invert things and do all these cool things, and you can actually do it in the Zoom. And the other thing is, he was talking about discovering how sweet all these effects kind of make your, if you use the things that are in the Zoom, in other words, you get a lot more out of it as opposed to just kind of using it as a dumping ground or as a place to capture and then moving on. The Zoom has some synergy, all these effects and everything like that, so I try to use them. Okay, so once again, we're on dual mic, number 26, Big Shape. Then all I do at that point is I'll go to 24. here so that we're all the way over, and then I'll go to pan EQ, sorry, then I'll go to 1724, move all the way over to the master. I'll check to make sure that's at 100, because I always want that at unity gain. And then the same goes for this. The way I'll get it over here is I'll hit that, wait, gotta hit pan EQ first, it's in 1 and 8. I'm sorry, you have to get it out of here, it's really annoying. Okay, and then I can just, okay, now, we're in track 1. I'm going to go down and make sure my level, see it's at 99, so I'll just bump it up one more to get it to 100. I always check all this kind of stuff. And then I record dry. Don't have to do any, stereo link is off, obviously, and inversion is off because it's just one mic. But if I was recording 2 mics and it was out of phase, you could kick that on, and that would help with that. All right, so that's what I did as far as the setup goes. Now let's turn our attention to the mic and the preamp. Okay, and then here is the vocal mic. It's the AKG P220, and I've got this, windscreen in front of it just to help it with that. And this shock mount is a funky shock mount. My other one broke for this. That came with it. It just broke, never worked well. And this little shock mount here was made by Gary Young, the original drummer for the band Pavement. And they were incredible, and their first few records were just unbelievable, and he was a really cool drummer. But he was selling these, and I bought one from him, and it works great. It's like funky little mount. You can see he made it with like, very homemade looking, but I thought it was cool because he made it, and I thought he was awesome. All right, so that's the microphone. Mic pre. The mic pre is the MS1B by Rain, and you can see I've got the gain at about, I don't know, about 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock there, pretty low. Don't need much juice. Do have phantom power on. Hi there. So, in summary, I don't know if I got a good take or not, but what I was hearing was giving me some confidence that I've at least got something. And I will go home and listen, and I'll probably come back, like a million times and keep singing. But I hope that I've got something I can use, and I hope this helps somehow. To me, vocals are very, very nerve-rattling. And it makes me, because this went well, it makes me want to go back and re-sing all the other songs that I've got going for this record, because I struggle with some of them. Just getting them EQ'd properly, and just, I don't know what was going on. It may have been the way I was singing, who knows, may have been the songs. But the energy on the vocals is good, so I don't want to go back and change it just because, I had to EQ it so much. That was annoying. This, I can tell I'm not going to have to do much EQ. I'm not going to maybe even have to double it or anything. And I don't feel like doubling the actual vocal because it didn't feel like it called for it. But I bet I'm going to think of some little things to add in. So far, the song just kind of feels full, and I don't want to put... Sometimes when you get a track done and you're doing the vocal, you start seeing dead space, where you should put things in or it'll be boring for the listener or for yourself. And this one kind of feels like a full palette already, so I want to be careful not clutter it up. But man, I'm encouraged. I'm going to go home and work on this, and man, maybe I've got a track now. And then I'll show you what I do with the vocals. It's pretty similar. Sometimes there's a little extra massaging you need to do to get it to sound the way you want it to sound. Next time.